How's it going, guys? Test build here. Open and play your test today. Otherwise, we're going to be doing our yearly tradition of showing off my Nintendo Switch and Nintendo Switch 2 album. Because this one will have a bunch of screenshots that I obviously had on my Switch, but then once I got a Switch 2 and I transferred all of my stuff, everything, now, and that was obviously in June when the Switch 2 actually came out. Well, now I actually have Switch 2. Clips and screenshots. Not like that really matters anyway, because I really only have, 2 Nintendo Switch 2 games, and that is Mario Kart and over here Pokemon Legends ZA, but specifically the Nintendo Switch 2 edition of the game. So, yeah, that doesn't really matter much, and unlike previous years, this one I only have, 147, I think, clips and screenshots, which is way less than, I had in the previous years, where I had, over 200 of them, which I'm kind of insane. It's kind of insane to think about that. But I think the main reason why was because I played a little bit more on my alt Switch, more than I kind of did on this one. But also, this year has been oddly busy. I've actually been oddly busy with a bunch of stuff. I mean, admittedly, it's mostly just been from either YouTube stuff or just personal life stuff. So that kind of contributes to the fact that I didn't really have that much time to really play on my Switch. But even then, it's not like I didn't. I just, here, it's just, that's just what happened. I don't know what else to really say other than let's just get into this real quick. There's actually now a little button and everything, so let's go all the way down to the bottom and we can start off here. Also, here's something new about the Switch 2. It doesn't automatically play the clip over once it ends. If I go over here, it just pauses right there. It doesn't replay it, which is a little unfortunate to say the least. But either way, Switch 2, here I am playing Mario & Luigi Brothership. I need to get back to this game. I have not finished it, and I'm am I even on the 4th, C? I don't even know. It's been forever. But yeah, while I was playing, I happened to somehow get this glitch to occur, where Luigi kind of just, didn't get on the pipe, and then this happened. They just kind of fell through the floor. I don't know what happened. I don't know how I did that, but I did it. Okay, so Endless Ocean Luminous, this is a game that I play occasionally sometimes, and here was just a dice site that I wanted to kind of remind myself to use, but in case you want to have it, here you go. Here's the ID. I'm not sure if updates mess up IDs at all, but whether they do or don't, here you go. Okay, so this is Super Mario Party Jamboree, and if you know this minigame, it's kind of funny how we got a 4-way tie on this one. But, of course, everyone won. Let me just show you what happened. Okay, well, actually, first of all, here's the game. This was Mario's Rainbow Castle, 15 turns, and these were the results. This was an oddly fun game because if you can see, if you see my star count, how it went from all the way up to then it just shot downwards. Yeah, that's because I landed on chance time and I had to give all my stars away, which was kind of funny. But this is what I meant on Prime Cut. Yeah, we managed to, tie twice in a row here. Obviously, this is a practice. This isn't the actual, game. But look at that. 2 times in a row. But then... Oh, wait. Actually, no. That is just it. But, while we were playing, we ended up just having to tie completely. Which I'm kind of genuinely surprised that we did that. Yeah, what is it with this minigame and just ending so quickly? What the heck? Look, just only 2 seconds passed. And then suddenly Waluigi was down. This minigame is weirdly unfair as the one player. Yeah, that's a little unfortunate, isn't it? So this was, I guess slight spoiler, but it's just whatever. This is a playthrough that I was doing with Miss Mouse, and then you could see, while I was doing T's, you can see that I got it, like, I actually managed to let it stop at a 100%, which isn't actually how this move works. The way it is like, it's a multiplier, so it's like, I believe the way it works, it's like, it's the enemy's chance to be inflicted with that status multiplied by this, I think. Or is either multiplied? Yeah, I think it's multiplied like this. So it's like, instead of it being like a 30%, it's like, well, I think it's a flat 30%. I don't know actually how this system works. I'm pretty sure it's something like that. But I managed to let it stop on 100%, and yet it didn't dizzy, which I think that's kind of unfortunate. Also, I don't know why it looks so bad. Like, I think that's just the Switch 1 not being able to handle this game very well. Is that that, or just that's just how the move works? Which I think that it actually might be the latter, based on personal experience. Yes, here's a clip, or not a clip, but a screenshot of just me being like, okay, here's the pin 100 tries. We have 5 floors left, and then a mover spawns, which is just incredibly lucky. Oh, here we go. Pokemon Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl. Here's me getting a glistening, like, box, like the shiny box, without Lightstone on. Oh, actually, I don't need to really show this, because I kind of showed this in the stream, but this was, like, when I was completing the Pokédex for the DLC. I only saved this cutscene because I wasn't recording, and so that's why I clipped it. But yeah, here is the epilogue side quest starting up. The fact that it actually, like, moves the text like this is kind of interesting. I don't know why. I don't honestly remember why I screenshotted this. I legit do not remember why. It must be something to do with Unity. That's what this thing's about. And then we have the entire squad. I really am unsure. Oh, look at this. It's a shiny Chansey. This is somehow the first one I caught. Keyword, the first one I caught. Because the first time I encountered shiny Chansey, it double-edged itself. So, it just fainted, which was a little sad, but not like I really cared that much. But the only reason why I say this is the first one I caught, and I'm surprised, is because, do you want to know how many Chanseys I just see when I play through Pokemon games? And yet, I've only seen 2 of them shiny? That's insane, in my opinion. Especially when I have, like, freaking, like, 5 shiny Delibirds and 5 shiny Cubchoos. Even though, like, they were, like, technically Mass Outbreak hunted, I wasn't even trying to get them shiny, I was just trying to get their item drops in Scarlet. But even then, it's so weird, because it's like, this is, like, both in, like, Scarlet and Violet, when I do a lot of, like, when I, like, hunt for Chansey for the XP. But I also do this in, like, Let's Go Pikachu as well, so it's like, how have I not gotten a shiny in that game either? Yeah, I don't know what the heck I did here, but apparently I was able to, like... I got a weird amount of upwards momentum somehow, and I just cleared that entire thing with just, plain mode. I only clipped this because I thought it was really funny. So, look at my belly. I'm at 21. So, the hunger trap activates, so it makes the belly sound effect, like you're getting hungry. And then it makes the sound effect again because I'm below 20. And then it makes the sound effect again because I reached 10. So, literally it played the sound effect essentially in only, like, 3 steps, essentially, is what happened. That's 1 step, 2 steps, 3 steps. I just found that really funny how when we KO'd it this turn, but like it then used soft boil. It used soft boil, so meaning it went from 0 HP to like now a little bit, and then it still fainted. Yeah, so this is just me running back from Hooktail Castle from another playthrough I did, and the fact that I flutter jumped a little too early, and then you could see I'm like clearly inside the floor, and then I just get teleported upwards. I don't know how I was able to do that, but I was able to do that. Oh, look at that, it's again glistening box, but like without Lightstone. I think this is when I was also grinding for Mysterious Shards too, because this is around the time, I believe, when I wanted a shiny hunt, Latias, which, that took like, that took like a week. It took me like a week to get shiny Latias, and it's unfortunate too. And the worst part is I'm gonna do that again, probably, for Ho-Oh, so that's gonna be... And eventually for Celebi on Pokemon Crystal, which is even worse odds than right now. But that's a future thing for me to deal with. Oh, would you look at that? We're playing Pokemon Unite. Yeah, the enemy team surrendered, even though they had a higher score than us. It's so funny whenever we do, whenever like stuff like this happens, because it's like, if you didn't surrender, you would have technically won. Wow, I did not realize Umbreon was just that bulky. Like, look, like some of these people are actually Pokemon are like higher level than me, and yet like I just like survived this entire onslaught. Granted, like yes, I did have help from a Unite move, but like still, it's like there's 4 of them on me, and yet they weren't able to KO me still. Yeah, you saw that, right? Or I guess rather you heard that, right? Listen. It played the sound effect of slow smoke activating, but if you pay attention, there's no slow smoke, like, you don't see it, but yet we can clearly tell that we're being slowed down. What happened here? What happened here? And here's another dive site that I noted down. I don't remember noting down this many dive sites. I mean, I don't play this game that often, but still, like, occasionally I will, just to, like, mess around and potentially wind down from, like, potentially, like, stressful situations I encounter. Just in my everyday life. But yeah, no, here's another dive site in case you're curious and want to check it out. I forgot about this. Okay, so this is me grinding in Buried Relic within, like, I don't remember. I must have had this in a grinding session. One of the grinding sessions, but I legit do not remember. It's been a long time. But I go to pick up this apple. Apparently, it's actually a shiny Ditto. So that's funny. And here we are gonna try to take it out. Wasn't able to, even with, like, the Mist Ball. So instead it transforms, confusing everyone, but the funny thing is that it transformed into a Mega Latias. And even then I was able to KO it, meaning it wanted to join my team. But I said no, because I already had one and I didn't really need another one. And plus, I kind of wanted the Pokemon I had, like, right now, because I actually needed them if I was going to go get all of the... If I was going to recruit every single Pokemon in this game, which I'm actually not as far off as I thought I was. For my main account, or I guess my recording account, sorry, that's what I meant, my recording. Because my main account, I'm only missing like 5, but they're all like really annoying to do. And this one, I mean, I guess the same thing, they're all kind of annoying to do, but like, if I give myself enough energy and time, I can probably get all the Pokemon in this game. But it's very tricky, and that's all. I'm only doing that because this is a very big if, but I'm tempted to start doing Purity Forest runs of this game, but in Rescue Team DX. But for, like, you know, I would need to get all the Pokemon first before I can really do that. So why the heck did this work? I mean, granted, we're only in, like, B rank, because it's, like, me and Yahtzee playing and stuff, but, like, still, it's like, how come me jumping down with the hammer, I guess I was able to surprise them in time, because I KO'd, like, 3 of them, and one of them just kind of fell off. So, yay, I guess that's cool. Oh my Arceus, I'm getting flashbacks. Beating the Nintendo Staff Ghost on this track was insanely difficult. This was insanely difficult, and it was really hard for me to do that. And on one of my good attempts of this course, I get the exact same time as the Nintendo Staff Ghost, and it counted as a loss. You had to beat it. You didn't have to like get the exact same time or beat it. No, you had to actually beat the time, which kind of does make sense, but that's still really upsetting. Like, literally, I needed to do was just, like, potentially, like, one, literally just, like, just one, like, better maneuver, and then I would have beaten the time. But nope. I just found that incredibly funny, that when we were playing, like, me and Yahtzee, although we changed their names just for lol funny reasons, mainly because we each got an amiibo, like the amiibos that you can get. Like, I have Marina, and they have Pearl. But really, the fact that we both put Splat Dualies in the exact same spot was really funny, because, like, it caused that to happen, where the score just didn't change on the last turn. Here we go. This was the stream. I remember I streamed this of me going through Joyous Tower, and I only just screenshotted this as a momentous occasion, saying that, hey, I actually did it, and somehow I kept an Eevee alive from like floor 20, but I think it's kind of impressive. But that just meant that I didn't have to like grind for more Eevees, because Eevee is kind of an annoying Pokemon to get. In this case, it only appears in Joyous Tower, and you need like 9 of them. So yeah. Or 8 if you started with Eevee, like when you like started the game, but you know, doesn't really change much. I don't know why the footage looks like that. I don't know, that's probably just Switch compression looking really bad. But first of all, apparently, I don't know what I did here, but I managed to get myself stuck. Like, I'm literally moving, but, like, I'm trying to move, it doesn't let me go anywhere. And then, I don't know what I did here to get myself unstuck, but it's there. That did happen. Yep, here was the shiny Latios that I was trying to get. It took me so long. Again, it took me like a week. And it's funny, because I was doing this while I was doing my Scarlet Nuzlocke. Like, I did that, like, again, earlier this year. Actually, when was this? Yeah, okay, yeah, this was on April. On April 5th is when I did this thing. So, yeah, it's just insane, because it's like, it took me so long. It took me, like, so long to do this. And I'm glad I did it. But it's still, it just took forever, which was really sad. But either way, here's me doing it, in case you really need a proof. Instead of just being like, I didn't hack it in or anything. No, I did not. I actually did this. No Shiny Charm. I don't even think the Shiny Charm actually works on these Pokemon either way in this game, but there we go, I did it. Oh, and here's me catching it. Oh, and here's some context, by the way. This is my first shiny in BDSP. I'm not even joking when I'm saying this. Despite how many encounters I've been in and how many like times I've like Masuna method like bred like that's not a sentence. Despite how many times I've used the Masuna method to get eggs, although I'm not actually shiny hunting, I'm just getting good IV Pokemon. That's it. Like yeah, but yeah. Despite the fact that I've done so much and yet not a single shiny has shown up in BDSP, is kind of insane. Like within like the multiple playthroughs I've done, and instead the first shiny I get in this game happens to be this Latias, the one that I actually like soft resetted over. Now, even though I show like I have the shiny Breloom, that's not from this game. That's from Scarlet. I'm sorry, that's actually from Violet. That I then transferred, like, a Pokemon Home did to this game, just so I had a level 100 Pulse Swiper that I can easily use. If Yahtzee were here... Actually, no, Yahtzee was here when this happened. Everyone has Holo Air, which is really funny to us, because there's been plenty of times when we've been into lobbies where it says, like, oh no, it's just this one Pokemon that doesn't have Holo Air. Oh no, it's like, because it makes them feel left out in a way. Yeah, I don't know what the heck this Gengar and Pikachu were doing. They must have been doing something, because, like, why? Why were they just following around each other? They did this, like, I mean, granted, we basically won. Like, there was no way the enemy was gonna really... Actually, I don't know, now that I think about it. But for some reason, why were these two Pokemon just running around in circles? Like, really? Could you not have done anything to at least try to do stuff? Also, this is the first time I actually learned that Floral Healing actually boosts your movement speed a little bit. I did not know that for a bit. So that was interesting. A 100 star points. And it's kind of funny because I use Supernova here. And I think it's just really funny seeing the star point counter just going like that. And here is another dive site, and interestingly it saved these little, like, red circles, which I'm not sure why it did that, but it did. I think that's, like, that's if you want to, like, get, like, the, like, super rare, like, creatures to spawn, like, you have to, like, scan all of those, like, the circles that are, the creatures that are inside the red circles. But it's weird how they stayed when I left the dive site, and I don't know, it's weird. Yeah, I don't know what glitch I kind of encountered here, but I managed to somehow get off of Miraidon and then look inside the wall. Yeah, this is Pokemon Violet at its best. Okay, so look at this. If you just look at the screenshot real quick, you'll notice something is a little strange. Yeah, Poke is inside my toolbox. It's not inside, like the counter that you normally have, like, because normally you have, like, your money is just kind of, you know, it doesn't go in your toolbox, it's just a counter that you have on the side. The fact that this is inside my toolbox is really funny. The only way to do this is if you pass over money, meaning, like, you hold B, excuse me, as you go over, like, Poke. You have to hold B, and then instead of saying, like, pick up, you put swap with, like, another item in your toolbox. And it does this. It would do this, which is really, really funny to me. This is probably like an image that probably you've never seen before. Like, both in your toolbox and just on, like, the picture on the side. I should have put a little warning. I hope that didn't hurt your eyes, because I don't know what the heck happened here, but hatching this Scorbunny caused the background and everything to just look that blurry. I don't know why it did that. Probably because I dashed as, like, the egg hatched, but I honestly don't even remember if that's even the case. Maybe something else happened. I really don't remember. I just remember this happening, and it just looked really disturbing. This is a lot less impressive now that I actually know how the game mechanics work, but at the time I thought that was really cool. I wasn't even really trying to do that, I was just messing around in free roam, and then I managed to do that. Oh, look at that! This is the first time I saw the UFO, ever. I don't think I actually went in it, but I just saw the UFO, which was interesting. Not like I really did anything with it. I did need to unlock all the characters, but this was before, like, the UFO could even do that, so... Not much I can really do. Oh, that's a personal reason why I have this screenshot. Okay, so here's me defeating a Lapras, a 6-star Lapras. It gave me 5 HMs, which is kind of insane, because it's like... These are kind of rare, and I'm pretty sure I do even have, like, electric, like, Terra-type boot. What is it? Terra Raid Power, whatever it's called? I don't think I had that sandwich on, so the fact that I got these rewards is kind of insane. Not like I really needed the HMs, because I already had, like, 15 spicy and 15, like, salty, but... There you go. There's more HMs for me to use if I want a shiny hunt or whatever. Yeah, it survived on like 1 HP. But I think it's really funny too just how much damage Sword Power actually does when you like have... Well, let's see actually. 3 Acid Armors and 4 Calm Minds up. Because what is that? That's like... I forget. It's like 20 base power per stat increase you have. So it's like... So that would be... Oh no, that's 6 Calm Minds up. So that's 18. So that's like 18... Jeez, what is that? That's like over 400 base power is essentially what that is. Or actually like a little under 400 base power, but still. That is insane. That how much damage that did, and it still didn't one-shot the Dugtrio. Alolan Dugtrio. But look at this, we've got some Mario Kart World screenshots. This was me. I remember I did like 2 online videos of me doing Mario Kart World. I only did this because I was scrambling to get any kind of videos before I was gonna not be able to make videos for like an entire month. And I somehow was able to capture the moment when Test was on. Like I got into a lobby with Test. I don't know who this person is. It's probably not a YouTuber, but I just found it funny how there's Test and I'm Test failed. I just found that really funny to me. So was that a speedrun strat? Because I don't know what the heck I did here. I like jumped and then I instantly went to the side. I don't know how I did that. But I did. And it's weird because I went to like see at like an insane speed like that. So I wonder if that's a speedrun strat. Or if that's a speedrun strat that people are now going to use now that they've seen my video if they ever do that. Probably not though because this game's intro is so freaking long. Okay, so I don't know how I was able to glitch inside the wall here. Not really glitch inside, but see through the wall. But this actually helped me because, unironically, there was one part in the hidden tree of Area Zero, like specifically like the underdepths of Area Zero, there was one thing I never knew how to get. Or there was like a barrier that you can only get like defeat, or you can only break if you defeated like a Terra Pokemon. I did not know where the Pokemon was, but more importantly, I didn't know what was behind the barrier because it was optional. You didn't need to do it. But so I saw that it actually revealed to a small room. And if I remember correctly, inside that room was a bunch of Terra Shards and a bunch of TMs. So, if that's what you needed, go ahead. I don't even know if you can visit the Underdepths again, even after you've beaten the game, and you've beaten like the Hidden Tree of Area Zero, the DLC story. But in case you were curious of what was behind there, because I wonder how many people did actually know what was behind there, there you go. So yeah, this is a multiplayer farm that I think it was me and Yahtzee that were doing. And it's really funny how on this day, this is when we got the animal to spawn, like where you get like your pet. And it's funny because I'm not the host, I'm the player too of the farm. And so when I was checking the TV and stuff, it just appeared. The cat just kind of appeared. And like no like animation or cutscene or whatever, because I'm not the one that gets that cutscene. But it's just really funny how it just like appeared. Yeah, during the anniversary, they like have you like, hey, here's a picture of all your stats and stuff. I only decided to keep it just cause, why the heck not? But I'm also screenshotting this because longest win streak, 30. How did I keep a win streak up for 30? I think it's really funny too because it's like Yahtzee will always like not really make fun of me, but rather like always like be like, let's do ranked. But it's like I've always been like, if I have a 30 win streak, I almost don't want to lose it. But like it's so funny how we just kept doing it. We kept going there. It's like, fine, we'll do like 1 rank. Let's see if we can maybe it can keep the win streak up. And I kept it up to 30, which is insane. I think it's also really funny, too, because it's like, it wasn't just ranked battles. It was, like, every kind of battle. It was, like, quick battle, like, standard battles when I was like, experimenting with different Pokemon. And, like, obviously ranked battles when I was going all serious. It's just kind of funny how, like, I kept it up for that long. And also there's a bunch of other stats in case you're wondering. Highest rank, Veteran Class 1. That's not even the highest class I think I've reached ever, though. And then, favorite Pokemon, Dragonite, 244 uses, I believe that's what that is, so... That's a lot. That's a lot. Hello, random shiny weasel. I wasn't even trying to hunt it, obviously. I was just doing Terra Raid Dens, as you can see on my map. I think this is when... This must have been around the time when the Shiny Treasures of Ruin Pokemon were gonna drop. So I was like, oh, well, to do that, I kind of need to actually download them from the internet. Or, like, obviously, like, I'll connect to the internet and get those raid events. But the sad thing is that I'm gonna lose my shiny Rayquaza, like, raid in the Blissey one, because the shiny Rayquaza in, like the Blissey Terra Raiden events were amazing, because they gave me so many Terra Shards, they gave me so many XP candies, it gave me a bunch of other, like, very useful stuff. And it was just like, I was gonna have to get rid of them to get the Shiny Treasures of Ruin. So, I was like, okay, let me just do all these raids now, so that I can, like, stock up my XP candy count, my Terra, like, shard count up, so that I don't have to worry about, like, getting rid of them. And then, this little guy appeared. Or is it this little girl, actually? Can we see from here? Or is it gonna let me? Did I cut it? No, I cut it off. And I don't know if I can see its back to confirm it's a male or female. But either way, there you go. I think it's also really funny, because, like, when I was, like, grinding, like, all the Terra Raidens, I actually managed to get, like, 999 large candies, 999 extra large candies. I have, like, 999 Dragon Terra Shards, 999, like, Grass Terra Shards, and a bunch of other stuff, so, kind of funny. I also had, like, 300 protein, because that's what the Shiny Rayquaza, like, raid event gives you. It gives you protein. Yeah, it doesn't end there, too. And apart from the shiny Weasel that I got here, I also managed to get a shiny Orthoworm. And it just appeared. Luckily, I saw it, too, but, like, dang. The fact that I, like, almost went past this is kind of funny. The MVP rating, I still will believe, makes absolutely no sense. I scored more points than this person. I KO'd way more Pokemon than they did. They did get more assists than me, but I still didn't get MVP. In fact, we got the same MVP rating, but it went to LK's Zoan. Now, by the way, if this person is actually watching this video, no shame for you to getting this. It's not that, like, I should have gotten MVP or I deserve it more than you do. That's not how I feel. I just think the MVP rating itself, or, like, MVP system, I think is just kind of dumb. How, like, clearly I got, like, 2 better things than 1, and yet that didn't give me the MVP rating. It's still kind of dumb. I think that's worse, too, because, like, there could be times when you literally have better than everything else. You scored more points, you KO'd more people, you've been assisted more times, and you still didn't get the MVP rating. So, like, this one makes a little more sense, because they did get more assists than me, but still. But, okay. This screenshot. Okay. Here I am with a Zapdos, but there's an enemy Zapdos right there. Yeah, so I managed to keep my Zapdos for, like, long enough to where it actually made the second one spawn, so now there's a Zapdos fighting a Zapdos. Yeah, you see that too, right? So, as I faint, someone wants to surrender. Notice there's only 2 dots? Yeah, that means that there's only 2 human players in this, like, in my team, mind you. On my team, there's only 2 human players. So that means that, I don't know what that happened to the rest of our team, but they just became CPUs, and, yeah, that probably explains why we got absolutely destroyed in this game, but, like, dang. The fact that there was only 2 human players was just kind of saying, I wonder what would happen then if there was only 1 human player, and, like, you chose to surrender. Like, I guess I would assume that you would just surrender, but, like, that's just really funny. Like, what would have happened if that was the case? I'm only screenshotting this because this is a black Terra Raid Den. You can kind of see in the corner. Let me show you right here. It's black on the map, but then the Terra Raid Den like crystal is not black. It has the effect, as you can see, there's like that little like lightning effect. It has the effect of it being like a 6-star Terra Raid Den, but it's not black, which is really strange. Oh look, another example of the enemy team surrendering when they had more points. Granted, I believe this one, like, we would have won anyways, like, if they didn't surrender, because we got, like, the center Pokemon and we would have destroyed them, but, like, you know, it's still funny, like, being like, oh yeah, they surrendered, but they had a higher score than us. So, like, theoretically, if they didn't surrender, they would have won. So there's two reasons why I clipped this. For one, that's a lot of all-rounders on the team, and then one attacker. But second, I have never seen this message before, where when 4 people go to the top path, it says path crowded. I had no idea that the game would even, like, kind of warn you, saying like, hey, there's 4 people going to the top route, you might not want that. I just think that's kind of strange, because I've never seen that message. I mean, I guess granted a lot of players don't, like, oftentimes they don't, like, select which path they want to go with. But, yeah. That did happen. Was it last year? I think it must have been last year, actually. Where I actually showed, like, hey, like, there's a frozen, like, upside down, like, spike top, and, like, when I was hitting it with ground pound, it, like, was levitating upwards. I was kind of able to confirm with this clip that, yes, it has to be an enemy that can be flipped, and has to be frozen for it to bounce upwards. Because I believe when I did it with just a frozen enemy, it didn't bounce upwards, and I believe when I did it with a flipped enemy, it didn't bounce upwards. But when you do it with a frozen, flipped enemy, and you ground pound them, it will, like, kind of, like, levitate upwards. Like, well, okay, let me show you. It goes up, it doesn't go down all the way. It goes up, again, doesn't go down all the way. And you can kind of... There you go. It's kind of strange how that happened. Oh look, shiny Frigibax! I wasn't trying to get this thing, but it appeared. Oh look, shiny Snorunt! Again, I wasn't trying to get this thing, oh, but it just kind of appeared. Now for more context, these were from Mass Outbreak, so it does kind of make sense for me to have obtained one. But I was only going through the Mass Outbreak just so I can get, like, Frigibax, like, scales, was it? And, like their item drops. I was just trying to get their item drops. I wasn't trying to get a shiny Pokemon. And yet, they appeared. Oh, and it gets worse. Yeah, a shiny Cupchew spawned within, like, 3, like, I only defeated, like, 3 Pokemon and a shiny Cupchew spawned. And you might have noticed, like, I just arrived at this this Mass Outbreak. I just arrived here. And then, like, it like, appeared. Also, Ogerpon was in my party just so I can level it up a bunch, because it wasn't level 100, and that's what I was trying to do. Either way, like, it wasn't even, like, that many Cupchews, and then one spawned. And that was a chain reaction to get, like, 5 of them. I got, like, 5 shiny Cupchews. And they're all from, like, one Mass Outbreak, if I remember correctly. So that was just, it was just unnecessary. I did not need 5 shiny Cupchews. In similar vein to, I don't need, like 5 shiny Delibirds, but I ended up getting them. So much so is it actually filled up my shiny box. Like, it overflowed my shiny box. I had more than 30. So, like, I couldn't really do anything with them. Here was, a time when I played Mario Party. It's kind of weird. I didn't play as much Mario Party as I thought I was going to, but I still like to make sure that anytime I play Mario Party, I screenshot the results screen in case you're wondering how the how the game went. Yeah, that's a three-way tie on this minigame. What the heck? Like, it was Ninja that got, like, slightly less, right? Yeah, 16%. Everyone got 18%. That's kind of funny. Welcome to funny moments. So, here, obviously, the minigame is about to end. And, when the minigame ends, obviously, like, the controller, like, your inputs just stop. Like, nothing happens after a while. But then, because of that, Yoshi ends up sliding on this, like, little piece of collision, this, like, spike plate, whatever you call it. Because you couldn't move, it just caused it that in the cutscene of the, like, saying, like, finish! That happened. Just Yoshi got hit during that cutscene. So it still plays that, like, Yoshi's, like, you know, got hit and is flying towards the screen. I wonder what would have happened if that were, like, if the game, like, ended, for example, but, like, you were, like, the last person left and you hit a spike. Like, what would then happen? Like, now just, like, intrigues my curiosity. Although that's probably something Zoom's, like, is gonna do, like, but, I don't know. Yeah, that was insanely close, right? As you can see, it's poisoned, and, like, was probably about to faint there, but it probably had, like, 1 HP left or something. And that was my best chance to actually try to catch this thing. So I had to just throw a tire ball and just pray it worked. And it did! It did thankfully worked. Oh look, here's another time of, the enemy team surrendering. Even though they had more points than us. This actually happened a lot this year. What the heck? I don't remember it happening this much. But wow. Wait, is that the same? This must be the same game, because I see... Yeah, it is. Funny. But, either way... Yeah, don't mind me just casually going inside the wall. I don't know why I was able to do that. It must have just been like a collision glitch or a lag glitch, maybe, but it just happened. Okay, I'm gonna be honest, I don't actually know why I screenshotted this. Oh! No, I see now. Look at that! The bubbles is on the bridge. Now that I think about it, can you even fish there? Like, if, like, the fishing... Okay, like, if, like, the bubbles is, like, on, like, the plank. Because you can't, like, fish on land, obviously. It has to be in water. But, like, is that considered land or is that considered water? Like, would you be able to, like, cast your fishing rod there? I honestly don't remember if I tested that or not. I mean, oh, okay, I guess I couldn't have because I didn't have a fishing rod. Oh, yeah, it's day 1. I didn't have a fishing rod. But, like, dang. That message right here, just this message right here, just made me burst into freaking laughter, because it's like, that is just unironically funny for, like, I mean, it makes sense, because your nature, oh, whoops, oh, I skipped it, the hasty type, like, that makes sense for a hasty person like that, but it's like, okay, maybe you jab the elevator button if the elevator's slow to arrive, and then you get hit with, like, the kind of insult to injury moment. Maybe you're jabbing the A button repeatedly right now. Or repeatedly now. That's just incredibly funny, especially when you follow it up with you jab, like, the elevator button. It's like, wow. That's, I don't know. Like, I feel like that's just calling out people that actually mash the, like, literally mash the A button just to get through all this dialogue. I don't even remember. I'm pretty sure I didn't answer these truthfully, only because I was just playing through the game. I didn't really care. I was just gonna pick a starter and then just, like, whichever one I wanted. But Wow, that must be just be is extremely shameful for like for certain people. I don't remember because it's like I know like sometimes like these personality test results can actually give you some like weirdly personal statements. Like I think like it can actually like I don't remember if it's actually true, but I think it can call you like oddly depressed. I don't honestly remember the clip for this one, or I mean like the screenshot for this. I legit do not remember. Am I just missing something? I must be. I wonder if it's because the fact that they never KO'd someone? Because they never got a single KO, they never got a single assist. They, like, and they got, like, 219 points. If anything, that's kind of impressive, that they didn't KO anyone and they got, like, a decently high score on, like, on a quick match. That's okay, so this is me screenshotting, like a second playthrough I did of Stardew Valley, just cuz. I had no idea that the ducks can go in the water. Like, yeah, that makes sense, but like that was not something I was aware of, and I just thought that was really cool. Okay, this might not look strange, but if you look at the clip, you'll understand why like that one creature looks a little weird. Yeah, what the heck happened? Well, actually, I do know what happened, actually. Apparently, I hit the bush with my scythe, and apparently that caused, like, two of the shadow guys to appear. And it caused, like, that weird thing to happen. Was this for... I need to remember why I really actually, like... did... I wonder if this is like the this is probably the MVP rating not making sense again, because it's like, okay, the Blastoise got the MVP rating despite like okay, it did get a higher score, but it didn't KO anyone. I guess it did get one assist. That's probably why. I legit do not remember why I screenshotted this. I don't know. I legit do not know why I screenshotted this. I think it's kind of funny how when I was running away from this Phantom Ember, I think that's what it is called, I managed to keep like the blinking invincibility like throughout the spring and throughout the animation of going into paper mode. I just thought that was kind of cool and funny. Oh, I didn't know I actually had it on this Switch. So on my old Switch, I showed that I had like 6 mushrooms because one of them was stolen from a boo. So it's like I had like 6 mushrooms. Normally you can't get like 2 of the same item unless it's like, unless you like set the items in a very specific way or whatever, or unless it's like, I think there's like certain items you can get like double of, but triple mushrooms is not one of them. So it's kind of funny how I was actually able to get 2 triple mushrooms. I hope that glitch was patched, because I should not be allowed to continue to see Gengar via that orange little sprite as if like I still had my Unite move up. But yeah, also for some reason I had like Gengar is shown as if I had my Unite move up, because that's Inteleon's Unite move like lets you like see like your hidden opponents, like if they like, I don't know if it lets you see Sableye, but I know it's like if your opponent's hidden within grass, you can see them with the that Unite move and stuff like that. So I really hope that, I'm pretty sure it did, but in case it didn't, that's a glitch that needs to be patched, because I should not be allowed to just keep that state. It should only be once I had the Unite move up, not when I, like, not whatever happened here. I also don't even know how I even triggered this glitch to even happen either way, where I kept, like, that effect on Gengar, despite the fact that the Unite move was not up and everything. All I'm gonna say is that is that like does make sense, but it's such a weird interaction you're probably never gonna end up actually seeing all that often. Look at this. So the Badge Bandit stole the W emblem, and because of that, it made Waluigi turn to Luigi, or I mean, it made it from like I having the Waluigi clothes to now I only have the Luigi clothes, and it makes sense because they stole my W emblem. But that's just so, it's just so funny that that's a thing that does happen. No, yeah, this does happen, like, if, like, say, the Badge Bandit steals, like, an FP plus that you had, then, like, your FP will decrease, but I just do think it's kind of funny how, like, that effect does just get taken, like, immediately. We're not done with Badge Bandits left, or yet, though. If I go back to the previous one, did I... Okay, no, never mind. But, like, if you notice, I have All or Nothing on. So, I hit the first jump action command, but I missed the second one for some reason. And because of that, the Badge Bandit kind of dies in not the correct way. It still has its idle animation as it's like, you know, fainting. But, like, if I defeated it, like, normally, then it would have its hurt animation. That would then. It's just funny how its idle animation is what we saw before it fainted versus the actual damage animation. What happened here? No, like, seriously, this is on Switch 2, so maybe this is a Switch 2 glitch, but even then, it's like... Isn't that a little strange? When I do the ground pound, the game just, like, mega slows down here, and, like... Just... ever so, like, slowly does this, and then... Boom. Why did that take so long? Like, what did I do? Those are really funny because it's like, I think the only reason why I was doing this just because I was just messing around. That's it. Like, I wasn't doing anything. I was just, quite frankly, messing around. Wait, why do I have Rabbit Luigi? No, actually, seriously though, why do I have Rabbit Luigi? Because I remember I was playing through this game in a very specific way. So, like, where I was playing through the game as Yoshi and Rabbit Yoshi, but like going from the start of the game to the end of the game just because, like, you don't normally get to do that. That's strange. I don't understand. I have never seen this happen before. So first of all, if you look at here, actually I can do this. This is probably easier. You can see that this Valkyrie has protection up, but also is being protected. So this Valkyrie protected Bowser Jr., but then this Valkyrie is also being protected by this Valkyrie. Like, this Valkyrie has, like, so it's taking the damage from both you and you. But, like, part of the damage is being split from you to you, and then that damage is then being split to you to you. And to better look at this, let's see how it looks here. It's kind of hard to see because you can't really see the second Valkyrie, but you can clearly see how the damage is being spread to the other Valkyries, like, both of them. It's so funny that, like, because that's also something I've never seen before, too. It's like, I never, like, seen, like, Valkyries trying to protect themselves with protection. And I guess that would be kind of redundant, in a way, because it would kind of just neutralize the damage, if anything. But it is really strange. Oh, okay, I know this. Okay. Read this. Okay, return here while swimming alongside a fish favored by a celestial body, be it blazing or barren. What do you think this fish is? Because I did not expect it to be this. Now, granted, this probably wouldn't have meant much if I actually knew what this, like, fish was at the time, and also, like, more information about it. But reading that description, I would not have guessed this to be the answer to it. But oh well. Yeah, ever wanted to do shore launching? I did this on the alt switch. I mean, I showed this on my alt switch, but that was when I was playing it on Super Mario Galaxy, like the Switch version. Here, I was playing it on 3D All-Stars. Just kind of showing you that the glitch does work in both versions. And yep, there you go. That's shore launching. So the way you do this is you have to. It's kind of hard actually, because the way you have to set it up. So what you have to do, you have to move your analog stick in a way where you spin. Once you spin into the water, make sure that your head is inside the water, and then spin again, and then it does that. You just launch it way up like that. Now, believe it or not, it's much harder to do it here because you have to manually sink the platform into the water for you to actually do the setup. And you have a lot less room to do it, but you can do it. It just takes a lot of time. It's also not as helpful here, because, well, I mean, it's not that it wasn't helpful, but rather I didn't, like, if I angled it correctly, which is really hard to do, if you angle it correctly, you could make it to where you can land, like, up on that ledge, or somewhere else, if you, again, time it correctly, which I didn't really do it, because this was, like, the first time I really did this glitch. Wow, it's actually kind of weird listening to this music. I'm so used to the Galaxy 2 version of, like, the speed up, or, like, the hurry, you know, speed run theme, rather. Also kind of strange, though, that, I did that, like, I managed to get it, like, stuck in between the camera, like that. I didn't really know, I think the game couldn't really handle it very well. Yeah, I somehow managed to encounter this piranha plant as I was falling? Like, obviously I was just trying to get through the story, but then, like, as I was trying to go through the hole, I somehow managed to encounter the piranha plant as I was falling. I just found that a little unfair. Obviously, this is now Galaxy 2, but on the Switch version, because, well, I wouldn't have Galaxy 2 only exists via this, like, via the game. But it's also kind of strange, because it's like, I hit this thing, and then, like, as you can see, like, I'm in the animation of getting up, but I guess it wasn't fast enough as I go back into the animation of, like, being on the floor and needing to stand up, but falling to my death. They're a little unfortunate, but oh well. I really have no idea what I did there. Like, I messed up my backward somersault, so I landed at the bottom, but then I managed to just clip through the platform anyways? I don't know how I did that, but I did. Glad to know this glitch still works in this version of the game, where if you make a cloud, as you're about to pick up a star, you have that to happen. Yeah, somehow I just barely survived. That just shows you how strong, like, Goodra is as just an HP sponge. Like there was 2 of them on me. They're both, actually never mind. I was supposed to be like, they're both higher level. No, I'm higher level. But even then, it's like, that doesn't matter much when there's 2 of them on me. But like, they just like couldn't KO me. Like, I was taking a lot of hits and stuff. And then I'm blacking out so hard. The Scizor, jeez, I cannot remember the name. Kinda did help me out here, but even then, like, look, like, I survived on such a sliver HP. Yeah, no, I literally just one-shot this Chansey. Why it's still a Chansey, I have no idea. But the fact that I was able to one-shot it with Snipe Shot was just incredibly funny to me. Hello, low-rendered picture of Mario Galaxy. This is what happens when you beat the game. I don't know if this is when you beat the game and you get all 120 stars, or if this is just when you beat the game. I don't remember. But here's the picture that you get. Again, low quality and everything, but it's still there. So, apparently I kind of did the one thing where it's like... where I got the star bits during the cutscene, and because of that, it gave me a 1-up, but during the cutscene. I don't know how the heck I was able to do that. I mean, okay, I do actually know what I did, but even then, like, what kind of glitch happened here? So I'm in the poison, and then I was able to spin out, and then the block kind of just pushes me inside the ground? Like, it pushed me inside the ground, and I could have saved myself somehow, but it didn't let me. The game just said no. No glitching allowed. So, explain what KO'd me? Like, seriously, what happened here? Here I am, I'm just like trying to defeat the King Womp, and then somehow just standing there KO'd me? I would like to know what happened there. My only guess is that hitbox right there, like right what I was standing on, was the animation of, like, this toe. So the game thought I was standing on the toe, and because the game was standing up, or was gonna stand Womp up, it crushed me, because technically, like, I don't know, it must have thought I was underneath it or something. I don't understand. I really don't know what I did here. Yeah, I managed to pick up this rock mushroom in a really weird way, where when I long jumped and then spawned in the opposite direction, I was, like, sideways. Like, Luigi was completely sideways when I did it. Hello, like, I hit it in, like, the exact, like, frame I literally could've. Cause, wow, like, if you look, like, when I hit it, it was, like, still on fire. Like, the tail was still on fire, and yet that counted for me to be able to hit it. Yeah, you can die in the credits. I think it's really funny, though, in assist mode. Or, I mean, it's funnier in assist mode, because, like, the way it works is that in assist mode, it actually brings you back to, like, the previous page. Like, okay, let me show you, actually. Like, when in assist mode, you get this page, you get the bee mushroom. If you were to, like, fly out of bounds here, instead of, like, making you die, it actually spawns you back here. It spawns you back on this spot. And it's really funny, because you stay here for a lot longer than you're supposed to until it, like, flips to the next page. I don't remember... it's like, it stays for, like, a page and a half, I think is... Or 2 pages, rather. Like, you stay here for, like, 2 pages when it flips. But here's a side effect of just, like, it's kind of like... If you do die in the credits, you can kind of just keep the cursor on and stuff, and that's evident here.
Thank you for playing my game.
Actually, I don't even know if you can. I'm pretty sure you can't have the cursor up during, like, the Nintendo software, like, this, like, credits, like, the credits for, like, this new version of the game. But even then, I also think it's kind of funny how you just, like, during the credits, you just randomly hear... You just randomly hear that. But then also, when it goes to this screen, it's... You see the end and too bad, like, layered on top of each other, so it's like, to the end, dead. I don't know what the heck happened there, but I guess I managed to, like, long jump into the fire. Well, I guess rather the gravity kind of, like, stalled me in the air, so that allowed me to get hit by the fire, and then the gravity was trying to take me back, but then it decided, nope, we're going back to this planet. I don't know what, like, that's just kind of funny how I was able to do that just by hitting the one fireball. Well, I guess rather the no, I guess it is still my fault, but, you know. That is, like, the funniest thing to have ever happened to me. First of all, I wonder how many people knew that you could jump over these. I don't know if you can do it as Mario. I know you can definitely do it as Luigi. I don't even know if it matters, like, if you jump as Mario Luigi. But even then, I jumped a little too early, and then I managed to do this. I get, like, this little animation where, like, you're on the moving platform. It does this, by the way. If you do, like, land on top of it, it'll do this, likely getting you KO'd. But even then, by doing this, on this one, I just got mega stuck, where I was, like, in the sliding and, like, the falling down animation. And then, obviously, then the other one crushed me. But still, it's, like, it's kind of funny I was able to do that. So, why is there so many swoops in this one lobby? I don't know. In fact, there's even, like, a CPU that's just a swoop. And also, I was also noting down the fact that, hey, why is there, like, two people in the exact same... No, that's because you could go into online as two players. That is something you can do. But I just think it's also really funny how there's just a lot of swoops here. Why did it take forever to, like, for it to actually kill me? Like, obviously, I messed up. I don't know why I thought it was, like, directly behind Toad. No, it's, like, to the right of Toad is that, like, weird skip you can do for really no reason other than because you can. But, like, I think the funnier part is that it takes me a good long while before the game realizes, oh yeah, you need to actually get the too bad screen. I don't know what happened. Why did it take so long? It did. I only screenshotted this because I thought this looked cool when I first played through the game. And also, I guess Slice waited for the game as well, but it doesn't really matter that much. I'm only saying this because some of the Pokemon I will be showing you, and that's because at the end of each day that I did play this game, I screenshotted what my final team looked like, just because I wanted to see, like, how different it was from, like, day 1 compared to, like, day 4 or whatever. And so here was my starter, it was Totodile, which was named Syrup. I literally only did that just because I wanted to do that. Like, there was no reason, I just couldn't think of a name, so I was like, you know what, I'll just name you Syrup from Puzzle and Dragon Z. So there we go. And then, oh wait, never mind. I only, like, clipped this because when I saw this cutscene, obviously not now, but, like, at the time, when I saw this, I thought the Totodile was trying to, like, bite me instead of giving me a high five. Like, that's what it almost looked like to me when I first saw this cutscene. Yeah, either way, here we go. Here's, the end of day 2. Beast and Watchog. The character limit doesn't let me put, Beast and Watchog, so I have to remove the T. But even then, literally the only reason why I had a Watchog on my team was just because Beast and Unicorn played, like, I think, was it Pokemon Black or Pokemon White? I don't know, it was one of those two, or even Black 2 or White 2. I don't remember. It was one of those games where they played through the entire game using only 6 Watchogs, and that playthrough kind of, playthrough kind of made me actually really like Watchog and Patrat, so I was like, you know what? I'm gonna use them now in Legend ZA. I don't care if they're bad or whatever. I'm just gonna use them. And then, okay, on the end of day 3 is when I caught a Dragonair. I think it was actually an Alpha Dratini, but, you know, now it's a Dragonair. But it's just like, come on. Like, Dragonite and, like, Dratini, like, those are, like, literally my favorite Pokemon. Of course I'm gonna have one on my team. What else did you expect? Also, they have a new Mega in this game, so that's kind of why I chose to get one, because I knew I was gonna want one. And their name's Starry, because I couldn't really think of another name. Oh, right, this... When I saw this, I again, just kind of burst into laughter, because why is that an option you can choose in a Pokemon game? Just, like, about, like, I don't remember, this is like when you are first encountering, like, Rogue Mega Evolution. Like, when you're in that point of the story, It's like you know, it's like the Mega Stone like store or whatever. It's like something like that, and it's like two Pokemon usually like this. One of them is, does the Emporion have insurance? Why is that a thing you can select? I just found that really funny and dumb. And here is just, this is without like the ability you get like halfway in the game. No, I just managed to somehow get on top of the Zone 8 gate like this. You had to like go through that little like thing at the bottom to you to actually go inside. But it's funny you can get on top of this little like gate thing. And also Wild Zone 8 is when I have a little bit of nightmares, admittedly. Or it's not really nightmare, but rather some experiences. And that's because I believe, okay, it's not here. It's at the end of day 5. At the end of day 4, it's like, it's weird because Chespin, Quilladin and Chestnut, like those, like, I mean, admittedly most of the Gen 6 starters I don't really like that much. But it's like, you know what, let's actually give them a chance. And I was like, okay, let me just give Chespin a chance, and that's why I kept it on my team at the end of day 5. But you'll see that I have a shiny, Krokorok. Yeah, I wasn't trying to go for that, but I ended up getting one anyways. And it's even worse too, because not only did I get like a shiny Krokorok, I got like 4 shiny Drillburs, 3 shiny like Trebushes. It's like, it took me so long until day 5 when I finally got a shiny Numel. Why did I want a shiny Numel? I don't know, I just wanted one just cuz. But yeah, also I forgot to say, your name Midnight. I couldn't think of a name, so I just gave you that. But also, either way, Numel, shiny Numel. I just wanted one. That's literally why I just shiny hunted for it. It took a long time, but I did it. And this was obviously without the shiny charm, because I didn't beat the game yet. I haven't beaten the game yet when I got this. But yeah, there you go. Named it Luca, because of a very, very, very specific reason, dumb reason. So, Beast and Unicorn did an egg lock earlier this year. And one of their viewers was named Gak Attack, and they sent a Numel, a shiny Numel with Drizzle. It was really funny. But that doesn't mean anything. But what it actually means is that one of my friends in real life wears a Yak Attack shirt. And, whoops, I did not mean to do that. But, because of that, I was like, just specifically Yak Attack just reminded me of the Twitch user, Gak Attack, who sent a shiny Numel with Drizzle. So I was like, okay, but what if I just name this the shiny Numel Luca? Because, I don't know. Also, it's the name of my friend, by the way. But yeah, that is the main reason why. Because I just thought like that too. Even though they're not really related, it's like, it's fine. And then here's at the end of day 6 is when, this was my final team. A Feraligatr, a Watchog, a Dragonite, a Chestnut, a Camerupt, and a shiny Camerupt, and then a shiny Ampharos. I wasn't gonna use the shiny Ampharos because it's the guaranteed one, but also it's like, admittedly I have been using this thing on my team for quite a bit. As you saw, the end of day 5 is when I used it. And also it's like, I couldn't really think of another Pokemon to really put on the team, so I was like, this works. This is fine. Well, isn't that kind of funny, isn't it? So I start with Will-O-Wisp, or I mean no, I actually start with Earth Power, and then I accidentally misclicked. I meant to, like, not use Will-O-Wisp, but then I did anyway, so that burned it. So I meant to use Flamethrower. And look, it survived on a sliver. First of all, Luca survived that, which I was kind of impressed. I was like, okay, let me switch to Ampharos real quick. But no, look at this. The burn KO'd it. The burn was enough to KO the Mega Electros, which I thought was just really, really funny. I just found this kind of funny how I was like, at the end of this little like cutscene, I was like, okay, I need to go inside. But then like, I thought this was a cutscene trigger. Like I thought just me taking a few steps was like, okay, the game is gonna trigger a cutscene or something. No, it's instead just the day, the game like changing from night to day. Oh look, low render picture from Galaxy 2. Why do they do this? I really don't know. I even showed this off in the video where I completed the perfect run. But even then, it's like, why do they make it so low rendered? Just whatever. Wait, I didn't even think about this. These are 2 blue Lumas. Is this Mari and Lou? Or is it Mari and Lou? I don't know. I just found it really funny how I didn't want to fight the Flower Fuzzy, so I was like, okay, let me just use Flurry's ability so I can stun it. I managed to stun it in its squished animation like this, so it just looked really funny when I did it. And it stayed like that until it went back up, obviously, when it stopped being stunned. Oh, I'm only screenshotting this because of a personal reason, but I think it's really funny how it's a cross Rex. Like, obviously meant to be T-Rex, but it's a cross. It's so funny to me how that was like that. But also I find it funny because of a personal reason, but I'm not going to explain why. Oh, I guess spoilers. I guess it did, I mean, I'll probably put timestamps while I'm editing so that if you want to avoid ZA spoilers, you can. But, I just found this incredibly funny. Literally, at the end of the game, like, obviously this is just meant, this is like, your rival character, like calling your main character, saying like, this is it, this is where we're at the end and stuff. It's like, it's so funny how they have like the overlay and everything. It's like, okay, what the heck? And also it's weird because like when I first saw this, it was like, are you just casually recording like the end of the world or something? But no, it was a video call. But I just found this really funny how it has the overlay and everything. Like it has like the battery, it has like the end call, the mute button, the camera button, and like turn around and volume and stuff. I just found that really funny. And here's the end of the game. So as you can see, at the end of the game picture, and then where is it? Over here, the beginning of the game picture. In case you were curious about that. Whoops. Wasn't that just a little rude, isn't it? So, this is just me going up and going to, like, that building as you see over there. This is me trying to get over there. But then, the time switched from night to day, and it just locked me in place. So I just kept falling. I think the also funnier part is that it turned off all the cutscenes and stuff, and music, before, so I can let this cutscene play out. I only took a picture of this because I just thought it was kind of adorable, just seeing the Feraligatr and the... I'm sorry, I guess, let me call them their actual names. Or they're not their actual names, their nicknames rather. Syrup, and then Luca just sleeping, and then just a giant Dragonite just kind of being there. I guess giant Starry, but you know. Also, you can just about see one of the many shiny drill birds I got. I just found that incredibly funny how, because I was hidden behind this bush, and with the way how the game zoomed in the camera for the first strike, it kept it here for a bit. So now, now whenever they send out Aggron, you just like it's just like it almost covers up the entire screen, which I just found that kind of funny. And that's only because I was hidden behind this bush, so there's not really much room for Aggron to really be sent out. Oh, I only took a screenshot of this because this is around the time when, like, the Pikmin 4 got, like, its major update, where now it has... There's new difficulties, there's now new, there's now, like, Decor Pikmin, there's now, like, there's now a New Game Plus, which is something I've always wanted, and stuff like that. Also, you can turn off Auto Lock On. That's a major thing as well. But either way... the one thing it does not save is your shortcuts, so I had to like manually set them up again, which was a little annoying, but I couldn't remember what they really were, so I had to screenshot them. Oh look, it's a shiny glistening box and a large Mysteria shard, which is kind of funny, but I got both of them. That was some really good luck though, because Mysteria shards are annoyingly hard to get a lot of. And look, there's another one. Look, Decor Pikmin! Look, Decor Pikmin! Look, Decor Pikmin! Look, Decor Pikmin! It's because when you have to take a picture of Decor Pikmin before they join your team, but the only way for you to do that is, well, I mean, I just said you have to use the camera feature, and the cameras get sent to your Nintendo Switch's album. That kind of jump scared me a little bit because I was not expecting that. Like, no, duh. This was obviously I was playing this on my birthday, but I just think it's really funny how like I literally just like I went to the Poke Center and then I just got jump scared like this because I was not expecting that at all, but it happens. Oh boy, alright, so this was me going through Purity Forest as Smeargle. I do not recommend you go to Purity Forest as Smeargle unless you want a genuine challenge, but I only mention this because obviously it only knows Sketch, and it also, their base stats, not their base stats, their starting stats are really low that you have to rely on luck, like a lot of luck for like the first like 5-10 floors. But yeah, just to prove to say that I did actually, like, beat Purity Forest as Smeargle, this is a clip to me showing you that. Now granted, I did kind of cheese the final floors, but like, I kind of didn't really have much else of a choice, did I? Something I kind of wish I did, which, I don't know if you'll see. Actually, you can see right here, look. That was my moveset. Fury Swipes, Bullet Seed, Fake Out, and Milk Drink. That was my final moveset. Like, my starting moveset was like, Pound, and like, Bite. And so, like, it was... The movesets were like, and Fake Out, like those were like my starting ones, but like, it's kind of hard because you really need a bunch of, because like, Smeargle only knows Sketch every like 10 levels, so it's like, it takes a long time to get there, so you kind of want XP boost if you really want to get as multiple opportunities to sketch things. It was insanely tough, but I was able to do it. I got Fury Swipe, Bullet Seed, Fake Out, and Milk Drink. Milk Drink was on the last editions. I really wanted Silverwind, but, like, by the time I got, like, my 3rd or 4th sketch, like, I was already past the floors where Ladybuzz can spawn, so I couldn't really get Silverwind anymore. Like, I could've gone, like, Earth Power or something, but Silverwind would've just been really nice. But either way, I did it. I got through Purity Forest as Smeargle, and I did it with Kecleon twice. So now I really only need to do it with, like, some other, like... I just want to do it with some of my other, like, obscure Pokemon. Like, if I'm probably not going to do Purity Forest as literally every single Pokemon, because that would take forever... I'd want to do it with some of, like, some really fun Pokemon, or, like, interesting ones, like, trying to do it with, like, Mew, or trying to do it with, like, Ladybug, because of Silverwind or something, like, trying to do it with, like, just some interesting Pokemon that, like, might know some really interesting moves. Ah, okay, here's this random glitch that I encountered. Where's my main character? No, I should try to find them. Wait, you don't see them? Or are you saying they don't exist? Yeah, because that is true. They just don't exist. So I don't know what happened here. I don't know what, but for some reason I managed to get my main character like stuck, like completely stuck. Like they were like they're not on the screen at all. They're like when I was going inside the chicken coop. For some reason, like the game like glitched or crashed or whatever. Because I'm not there. Like I'm not there. Like I couldn't move around or anything. I was like in the void or something. And I couldn't go to the loading zone to, like, kind of go outside the chicken coop. I couldn't do that. Nothing. Like, I was just stuck. Like, I couldn't move, like, or anything. Like, and also, like, because this is a multiplayer farm. Like, when my friends came in and came inside the coop, they couldn't even see me. So I was literally just, like, stuck inside the void somewhere. Meaning, the only way for me to, like, leave was... And I couldn't even, like, actually, speaking of which, I couldn't even, like, exit the game and rejoin. That wasn't a thing. Like, we had to completely restart the day. Because I was just stuck there. Oh, okay. I was screenshotting this because it's just, like, this is around the time when Pokemon Unite got its major update to the license journey and AOS coins being completely removed from the game. A decision that I still don't think was the best decision with the way they handled it because of certain things. One thing I will say, though, is that booster emblems costing tickets instead of coins, all I'm gonna say is this should have been a thing from the start. They should have costed tickets, because I feel like coins are a little too useful for certain things, whereas tickets, aren't as useful. So giving them a use with these booster emblems is really nice. It should have been. This is what it should have been from the start. But oh well. But you want to know how I said how I feel like this update like was not executed very well? Well, you not only use coins for booster emblems to like upgrade them, but you also use Aos coins to like give you more like loadouts, like booster emblem loadouts. So when you try to unlock a new one, it costs you 5,800 Aos coins, but you can't get any more Aos coins. Like they've been completely removed from the game. So, or I mean, they haven't actually been removed, but rather like you can't obtain them anymore. So why do you have to spend Aos coins for something for unlocking a new loadout when you can't obtain Aos coins? I only screenshotted this because I thought it was really funny seeing Charizard and Mega Charizard X in the same on the same team. It's like, oh, so you can now have 2 Charizards, and now you can have 3 Charizards now that Mega Charizard Y is in the game. But wow, I screenshotted this because I found it really funny how these two supporters had the exact same held items in the exact same order. I'm pretty sure they weren't even on a team either. Like they weren't like friends or whatever. Like they just had the exact same held items on the exact same Pokemon. They also had the exact same battle items, and they both had green Hollowware. So actually, maybe they were friends. I don't think so. I remember checking them and they weren't being friends, but I could also be wrong. I don't remember. Oh, this. Okay. All I'm gonna say is that this better not actually be. Whoops. That better not actually be M&J TV. I don't even know who they are. I was just playing Pokemon Unite just because. I didn't have any reason to. I was just doing it. And I saw this player name. I'm like, that better not actually be the YouTuber, because I wasn't even trying to do anything. I was just playing for fun. Oh, and the worst part about this, we got 1,000 points. This is a quick match, by the way. So there's only 4 team members, as you already saw. Obviously, this is the same loadout and everything. We got 1,007 points. We got 1,700 points. This is not 700, just 1,007 points. This is not like Aroma Park, like the one where you can get like double points if you, like, if one person scores and then another one scores right after you. It's like, no, that's not the case, because that only takes 3 team members. You can only have 3 team members. With like Shiver City, Catch 'em All, or like Catch 'em and Mer Stadium, like you can only have 4 people on your team. This was Shiver City, and we managed to get the counter to 1,000. Very, very insane. I don't know how we did that, but we did. Also, the MVP system makes a little no sense right now, again. Like, we have, like, I still think this MVP system is kind of dumb. It's like, look. Clearly I scored, like, less points. I got less KOs. Well, other than the Vaporeon, but even then. I got less KOs. I did assist a bunch of times, but I got the MVP and not Black Sand 05 when they got way more KOs, scored more, and got, like, yeah, half as many, like, assists as me, but still, it's like, why was that not the case? And even, like, Poppy, like, scored even more than Talonflame. Yes, they got less KOs, but they had the exact same assists. MVP rating. I don't understand this MVP rating in, Pokemon Unite. I only mention this too, because it's really funny, because, Yahtzee will always make fun of me whenever I get MVP, because it was like, well, look who got MVP, and it's like, do I really deserve it, though? Because I almost feel like I don't. Because I'm just kind of, I'm just playing the way how I would normally. I'm not, like, that much of a tryhard with this game. Oh, similar issue with this screenshot, too, where it was like, Elgato, like, this person over here. This person's name. I was like, that better not actually be a person that I actually, like, that, like, sound, like, I'm just better not just be a reference to the capture card, not, like, a person in Beast and Unicorns community. I mentioned them a lot today. I wasn't even expecting to do that, or in this video, but it's weird how involved I've really been in that community. And it's totally not because I've been working on a very specific series for them. Just because I wanted to, not because they told me to do it, or I insisted. No, I just did it because I wanted to. Okay, it may not exactly be clear what's going on here, but you know how, like, if you hold down ZL in the game, you can pull up, like, a little, like, you'll pull up this menu, and then, like, pulling, like, ZL up or ZL, or, is it, no, ZLX and ZLY and all that stuff. Like, if you, whoops, I don't mean to do that. If you pull up that menu, and then you press, like, one of those buttons, it'll take you to other stuff. So, like, ZLX is the toolbox, ZLY is under your foot, ZLB is the message log, ZLA is your tactics meeting, and you can customize these. But in order to pull this menu up, you have to hold down ZL. But for some reason, I was not holding down ZL, and it just kept appearing throughout this entire clip. Like, here I open my bag, and then I'm not holding down ZL, and it appears. I'm holding the moves button, it just appears. I'm not holding down ZL at all, and it's just appearing. I don't know what glitch I did in order for this. I don't know if this is a Switch 2 glitch, but something happened. I do feel like some Pokemon games are glitchy on Switch 2, because, like, if you try to load up BDSP, sometimes it'll just crash. I'm not even joking, sometimes it'll just crash. Alright. Okay. I gotta just talk about a couple of things about this clip. So, this is something even though you really shouldn't be, I should reiterate, you should not be doing this. I do this just because it's like, a lot of times I feel like I just want to like play this game in different ways and whatever. So, what I did is once I defeat like these like lane Pokemon, I then go to my central area and take down either Escavalier if I'm on the top path or whatever the one, Excelgor I think it is, on the bottom path. I always go to the bottom and take down one of this one. You really shouldn't, because the Pokemon that's going in the center should get those Pokemon, but I always do that because I oftentimes am not good at dealing with the Pokemon in the lanes very well, and that's why I always need the extra XP and support from the like Purple Aura or Orange Aura. So that's why I usually always try to take down either of them before I go help out my teammate. But apparently this Mulery got incredibly salty or something because their response was, thanks. Like, obviously this is sarcastic because I, like, ditched them, essentially. But then, a little afterwards, they then say this. You can do it. Like, obviously that's meant to be an encouraging thing, like, within the game. But then, they're using it as a sarcastic way. But I just found it really, really funny because I probably annoyed the heck out of this one person just by me doing that. Because I always do that every single time. Again, you never really should. Again, I just find it so funny that I, like, annoyed the heck out of this one person because they were like, thanks, you can do it. Because obviously I kind of just, like, ditched them and stuff. And in a way, it's fair for them to get mad at me. But I just think it's really funny that they got so mad at me that they had to use the, like, text messages and stuff. It actually made me burst into laughter. Oh boy, okay. I guess, I mean, somewhat spoiler, but even then, one of the things you have to do if you want to complete Mabel's requests and get all the rewards from it is win 1,000 Pokemon battles. That is annoyingly difficult to do. I guess 1 trainer battles, but even then, that is really annoying to do. But I did it. I did do it. It took a, oh, okay, it didn't actually take me as long. It took me, like, about, 3 days. And admittedly, there's an easy way to do this. Just go to, like, the Battle Cafe, go to, like, the 1-star one where you defeat, like, 3 trainers in a row. Like, if you have a level 100 Pokemon with, like, Extreme Speed or Priority Move, actually, I guess Extreme Speed would probably be better because it's 80 base power. Either way, you have a Pokemon with Extreme Speed, and then you have, like, a Pokemon that can one-shot everything. You know, obviously at level 100 and stuff. And then if you have a Turbo Controller, just make it mash A, and then just press ZL, like, when you need to. And that's it. That's what I was able to do. Yes, you do need you do need a Turbo Controller, but sometimes you, like, there's not really other ways to make it easier. Like, yeah, you could do it yourself, like, you can press A a bunch and whatever, but it was just way easier to let my Turbo Controller mash A for me, because it, like, what it allowed me to do is it allowed me to do other stuff while this is going on. Like, it allowed me to, like, go onto YouTube and watch some stuff. It allowed me to edit some of my videos while I was doing this. I only screenshotted this because I thought it was kind of funny, because I'm pretty sure this Tyrantrum was supposed to be sleeping, but the fact that its eye was open and stuff like that, like, it's just like, are you really sure you're sleeping? Because you're clearly not. Unfortunately, I didn't get a screenshot of it when they had the Z's, but it's just strange. There's a shiny Pidgey over there. Unfortunate, because I was not trying to go for shiny Pidgey at all. I was trying to go for shiny Dratini, but obviously when the day changes from day to night or night to day, it'll reset all these Pokemon. Therefore, it gives them a chance for them to be shiny. It's really unfortunate. But then after a while, okay, first of all, here's the shiny charm. I did get it. But after a while, okay, never mind. I don't even have it anywhere. Never mind, I'll come to it later. By the way, these are some research tasks that I screenshotted only because I didn't know what my remaining tasks were in Pokemon Home. So I was like, okay, let me just screenshot them so I know what Pokemon to get. And actually, it wasn't even that bad. Like, it was just these two that I was kind of missing. Because Route 230, I actually completed that one, like, very recently. So that's fine. But that's what I meant. After a long while, and I mean, like, 3 shiny Dratinis later, is when I finally got a shiny Alpha Dratini. Took me a long while, but I did get it. And that's it. That's actually all of the clips and screenshots. That's all 148 of them. So, this video was way shorter. Like, the other ones were like 2-3 hours long. Actually, no, they're not 3 hours long. But, you know, they were like really long. This one was only an hour and a half, which was to be expected when I had way less clips and screenshots to really do this year. But it's fine. And if anything, it's kind of nice, because it means I don't have to worry about much. But also, something that's really interesting, this is actually being recorded, and hopefully it'll be edited and uploaded on December 31st. This was my goal the entire time. The entire goal throughout like my clips and screenshots with my Nintendo Switch albums, like the idea is to do them at the end of the year. The problem is that my schedule and like my time oftentimes never lines up. Like usually we're always doing something like on Christmas. Sometimes we're traveling, sometimes we're, you know, doing something else. We're really busy. So oftentimes I never get to actually like do this on the final day of the year. I have to like actually do it like, you know, a couple days before, or sometimes like a day after or something like that. That's unfortunate, but that is the case. So the fact that I'm actually able to record this on December 31st is amazing. Now I just have to edit and upload this. Hopefully I can do that in time, but I think I can do that. But either way, that's it. That's my Nintendo Switch album, and my Nintendo Switch 2 album technically, because let's see. Obviously it was when we did when Mario Kart World started. So that clip was like, where was that? It was down here somewhere. Somewhere here. Oh, okay, yeah, here we go. The first screenshot. So this is around the time when the Switch 2 must have came out, like around this time. So wow, there wasn't even that many clips and screenshots that were from that. That's strange. But either way, that's it. That's all of them. That's all for 2025. I'll admit this year has been kind of strange. I mean, I kind of said this earlier in the episode, or in the video. But yeah, it's been weird because I've been like oddly busy, but I've at least been keeping myself busy with things that I've kind of been wanting to do, more or less, not like things I've been like didn't really want to do. Like at least like why like it took me a while to like edit like certain like things. Like at least I put effort into editing them, if anything, and stuff like that. Like actually the biggest example is Beast and Unicorn's Super Mystery Dungeons stream series. I'm editing those down into videos, and I've been putting a lot of effort into those, which is why it's taken me a long time to do those, but at least it's fun. That's really why I enjoy doing that. And hopefully I can actually make like highly edited content like as an actual thing, rather than just like me only doing Let's Play content, which, you know, is fun, but like I want to try to branch out and do other stuff. That's kind of the idea. But yeah, this is just kind of me rambling and saying stuff. I hope I'm hoping that like next year, I mean honestly, like the amount of clips and screenshots I had right now, which is like 140, I'm kind of hoping it's gonna be like that. I want it to stay like that because I don't want long videos of just me doing this over and over and over again, because it's like, yeah, these are like fun because I get to show off like these clips and screenshots that I took in throughout the year. But it's like, if I have so many of them, the video itself just takes a lot longer to both like edit and upload, and it's a lot. It takes a long time. Yeah. I'm gonna end it here. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you another time. You let an 8-ball fall. Goodbye!